Hello everyone, and thank you for being here for our 4th annual Poetry Out Loud competition. Poetry Out Loud is a program that encourages students to look into contemporary and classic works of poetry to master skills in performance, confidence, and creative expression. Every student at AAST in every single English class is required to choose a poem and present it in front of their class. And the winners are here tonight to present it in front of you all. I remember my freshman year when I chose The Poet's Light But Lamps by Emily Dickinson, and my class was truly astonished, even though I wasn't voted as class winner. Joining us tonight, we have 3 outside judges who are going to have to decide who truly is AAST's Poetry Out Loud champion. Our first judge is Miss Veronica Great, who is an assistant principal at Conway High School. And before becoming an assistant principal, she was an instructional coach at the Academy for the Arts, Science, and Technology, and a high school English teacher at the Academy for Technology and Academics and Ainer High School. Ms. Great is an avid reader who loves listening to podcasts and traveling. She lives by the words to whom is given, much is required. Jeremy Griffin received his MFA in fiction from Virginia Tech. He's the author of the short story collections A Last Resort for Desperate People from Stephen F. Austin Press and Oceanography from Horizon Books. His stories, poems, and essays have appeared in a wide variety of journals, and he teaches at Coastal Carolina University, where he serves as faculty fiction editor for the school's nationally recognized literary magazine, Waccamaw, a journal of contemporary literature. And finally, we have Miss Beth Scher, and Miss Scher has a double major in English and drama education with a minor in speech from Longwood College, now university, in Farmville, Virginia. Her MED is in counseling from Boston University. Before her retirement in June of 2018, she taught at every level of high school English at Myrtle Beach and St. James High School. She has been married to Edward Scher, her high school sweetheart, for the past 47.5 years. While he was in active duty in the Air Force, they lived in Portsmouth, Virginia, Sumter, South Carolina, Izmir, Turkey, Hampton, Virginia, Anderson Air Force Base, Guam, Torreon Air Base, Madrid, Spain. She has two children, 3 grandchildren, and 1 grand beagle. Most recently, she enjoyed filling in for Mr. Ligon's class at AAST for 9 weeks. Away from the judges, I would also like to commend these students who are braver than I ever was for their work in memorizing and perfecting their performances. You know, I remember practicing The Poet's Light But Lamps so much that I still remember the opening lines today. The poet's light but lamps themselves go out. The wicks they stimulate, if by the light. Now, give it up for the real, more talented AAST Poetry Out Loud students.
Hi, my name is Tori Barr, and I'll be reciting Barter by Sarah Teasdale. Life has loveliness to sell, all beautiful and splendid things. Blue waves whitened on a cliff, soaring fire that sways and sings, and children's faces looking up, holding wonder like a cup. Life has loveliness to sell, music like a curve of gold, scent of pine trees in the rain, eyes that love you, arms that hold, and for your spirits still delight, holy thoughts that star the night. Spend all you have for loveliness, buy it and never count the cost. For one white singing hour, and for a breath of ecstasy, give all you have been, or could be. Thank you. My name is Judith Beltran, and I will be reciting El Olvido by Judith Ortiz Cofer. It is a dangerous thing to forget the climate of your birthplace, to choke out the voices of dead relatives when in dreams they call you by your secret name. It is dangerous to spurn the clothes you were born to wear for the sake of fashion. Dangerous to use weapons and sharp instruments you are not familiar with. Dangerous to disdain the plaster saints before which your mother kneels, praying with embarrassing fervor that you survive in the place you have chosen to live. A bare, cold room with no pictures on the walls. A forgetting place where she fears you will die of loneliness and exposure. Jesus, Maria, y José. She says, el olvido is a dangerous thing.
My name is Patrick Catanzaro, and the poem that I will be reciting is Making Jump Shots by Michael S. Harper. He waltzed into the lane, crossed the free throw line, fakes the drive, pivots, floats from the asphalt turf in an arc of black light, and sinks two into the chains. One-on-one, he fakes down the main, passes into the free lane, and hits the chains. A sniff in the fallen air. He stuffs it through the chains. Riding high. Traveling, someone calls, and he laughs. Stepping to a silent beat. Gliding as he sinks two into the chains. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Colin Cody, and I'll be reciting The Arrow in a Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where, for so swiftly it flew, the sight could not follow it in its flight. I breathed a song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song? Long, long afterward, in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke. And the song, from beginning to end, I found again in the heart of a friend. Thank you.
Hi, my name is William Forsyth, and I will be reciting Walking with My Delaware Grandfather by Denise Lowe. Walking home, I feel a presence following, and realize he is always there, that native man with coal black hair who is my grandfather. In my first memories, he is present, mostly wordless, resident in the house where I was born. My mother shows him the cleft in my chin, identical to his. I am swaddled and blinking in the kitchen light. So we are introduced. We never part. Sometimes I forget he lodges in my house still, the bone house where my heart beats. I carry his mother's framework, a sturdy structure. I learn his birthright. I hear his mother's teachings through what my mother said of her. She kept the pot of stew on the stove all day for anyone to eat. She never went to church but said, "You could be a good person anyways." She fed hobos during the 30s, her back porch a regular stopover. Every person has rights, no matter what color. Be respectful. This son of hers, my grandfather, still walks the streets with me. Some twist of blood and heat still spark across the time bridge. Here, listen. Air draws through these lungs made of his. His blood still pulses through his hand. Thank you.
Good evening, my name is Andrew Grion, and I will be reciting After Winter by Claude McKay. Someday, when trees have shed their leaves, and against the morning's white, the shivering birds beneath the eaves have sheltered for the night, we'll turn our faces southward, love, toward the summer isle, where bamboos spire the shafted grove, and wide-mouthed orchids smile, and we will seek the quiet hill where towers the cotton tree and leaps the laughing crystal rill and works the droning bee. And we will build a cottage there beside an open glade with black ribbed bluebells blowing near and ferns that never fade. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Derek Herrera Diaz. I will recite ABC Darien, requiring further examination of Anglican Seraphim subjugation of a wild Indian reservation by Natalie Diaz. Angels don't come to the reservation. Bats, maybe, or owls, boxy mottled things, coyotes too. They all mean the same thing. Death, and death eats angels. I guess because I haven't seen an angel fly through this valley ever. Gabriel? Never heard of him. Know a guy named Gabe though. He came through here one powwow and stayed. Typical Indian. Sure, he had wings. Jailbird that he was. He flies around in stolen cars. Wherever he stops, kids grow like gourds on women's bellies. Like I said, no Indian I've ever heard of has ever been or seen an angel. Maybe in a Christmas pageant or something. Nazarene Church holds one every December, organized by Pastor John's wife. It's no wonder Pastor John's son is the angel. Everyone knows angels are white. Quit bothering with angels, I say. They're no good for Indians. Remember what happened last time? Some white god came floating across the ocean? Truth is, they're made, the angels. But if there are angels up there, living on clouds or sitting on thrones across the sea, wearing velvet robes and golden rings, drinking whiskey from silver cups, we're better off if they stay rich and fat and ugly, and exactly where they are, in their own distant heavens. You better hope you never see angels on the res. If you do, they'll be marching off to Zion, or Oklahoma, or some other hell they've mapped out for us.
Hi, my name is Catherine Hunt, and I will be reciting I Am Trying to Break Your Heart by Kevin Young. I'm hoping to hang your head on my wall in shame. The slightest taxidermy thrills me. Fish forever leaping on the living room wall. Paperweights made from skulls of small animals. I want to wear your smile on my sleeve and break your heart. Like a horse, or its leg. Weeks of being bucked off, then all at once, you're mine. Put me down. I want to call you thine. To tattoo mercy along my knuckles. I assassin down the avenue. I hope to have you forgotten by noon. To know you by your knees, palsied by prayer. Loneliness is a science. Consider the taxidermist's tender hands, trying to keep from losing skin, the bobcat grin of the living. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Manon and I'll be reciting Making Jump Shots by Michael S. Harper. He waltzes into the lane, across the free throw line, fakes a drive, pivots, floats from the asphalt turf in an arc of black light, and sinks two into the chains. One-on-one, he fakes down the main, passes into the free lane, and hits the chains. A sniff in the fallen air, he stuffs it through the chains. Riding high, traveling, someone calls, and he laughs, stepping to a silent beat, gliding as he sinks two into the chains. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Scott Leslie, and I will be reciting It Couldn't Be Done by Edgar Albert Guest. Somebody said that it couldn't be done. But he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't. But he would be one who wouldn't say so till he tried. So he buckled right in with the trace of a grin on his face. If he worried he hit it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Somebody scoffed. "Oh, you'll never do that. At least, no one ever has done it." But he took off his coat, and he took off his hat, and the first thing we knew, he'd begun it. With a lift of his chin and a bit of a grin, without any doubting or quit it, he started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. There are thousands to tell you that it cannot be done. There are thousands to prophesy failure. There are thousands to point out to you one by one the dangers that wait to assail you. But just buckle in with a bit of a grin. Just take off your coat and go to it. Just start in to sing as you tackle the thing that cannot be done, and you'll do it. Thank you.
My name is Savannah Lewis, and I will be reciting Art versus Trade by James Weldon Johnson. Trade. Trade versus art. Brain. Brain versus heart. Oh, the earthiness of these hard-hearted times when clinking dollars and jingling dimes drown all the finer music of the soul. Life as an octopus with but this creed, that all the world was made to serve his greed. Trade has spread out his mighty myriad claw and drawn into his foul, polluted maw the brightest and the best. Well nigh has he drained dry the sacred fount of truth, and if forsooth he has left yet some struggling streams from it to go, he has contaminated so their flow, that truth, scarce is it true. Poor art, with struggling gasp, lies strangled, dying in his mighty grasp. He locks his grimy fingers about her snowy throat, so tender. Is there no power to rescue her, protect, defend her? Shall art be left to perish? Shall all the images her shrines cherish be left to this iconoclast? To vulgar trade? Oh, that mankind had less of brain and more of heart. Oh, that the world had less of trade and more of art. Then would there be less grinding down the poor. Then would men learn to love each other more. For trade stalks like a giant through the land, bearing aloft the rich in his high hand, while down beneath his mighty ponderous tread, he crushes those who cry for daily bread. Thank you.
my name is Emily Long, and I will be reciting the poem How to Triumph Like a Girl by Ada Lamont. I like the lady horses best, how they make it all look easy, like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies, as if this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me, that somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body, there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge, beating genius machine that thinks, no, it knows it's going to come in first.
Hi, my name is Riley Massey, and today I will be reciting The Farmer by W.D. Earhart. Each day, I go into the fields to see what is growing and what remains to be done. It is always the same thing. Nothing is growing. Everything needs to be done. Plow, harrow, disc, water, pray, till my bones ache and hands rub blood raw with honest labor. All that grows is the slow, intransigent intensity of need. I have sown my seed on soil, guaranteed by poverty to fail. But I don't complain, except to passerby who ask me why I work such barren earth. They would not understand me if I stooped to lift a rock and hold it like a child, or laughed, or told them it is their poverty I labor to relieve. For them, I complain. A farmer of dreams knows how to pretend. A farmer of dreams knows what it means to be patient. Each day, I go into the fields.
I'm Audrey Minsler, and I will be reciting Sanctuary by Jean Valentine. You, who I don't know, I'm sorry.
I don't know how to talk. You're good.
I don't know how to talk to you. What is it like for you there? Here, well, wanting solitude and talk, friendship. Imagine, to hear, learning Braille to imagine other solitudes, but they will not be mine. To wait in the quiet, not to scatter the voices. What are you afraid of? What will happen? All this leaving. And meetings, yes. But death? What happens when you die? Not scatter the voices, drown out. Not make a house out of my own words. To be quiet in another throat, other eyes, listen for what it is like there. What word, what silence, allowing, uncertain, to drift in the restlessness repose, to run like water. What is it like there right now? Listen, the crowding of the street, the room, everyone hunches in against the crowding, holding their breath against dread. What do you dread? What happens when you die? What do you dread in this room now? Not listening now, not watching, safe inside my own skin. To die, not having listened, not having asked, to have scattered life. Yes, I know the thread you have to keep finding over again to follow it back to life. I know, impossible sometimes.
Hello, my name is Judith, and I'll be reciting To the Notebook Kid by Eve L. Ewing. Yo, chocolate milk for breakfast, kid? One leg of your sweatpants rolled up, scrounging at the bottom of your mama's purse for bus fare and gum. Pin broken, you got ink on your thumb, kid. What's good, hot on the cement, kid? White Castle, kid? Tongue stained purple, cussing on the court till your little brother shows up with half a candy bar, kid. Got that good B in science, kid. You earned it, kid. Etch your name in a tree, hug your granny on her birthday, and think of Alaska when they shoot your curled up dreams of salmon, safety, tundra, the furthest away place you ever saw in a book. Polar bears are your chess partners, pickaxe in the ice, northern lights, kid. Keep your notebook where your cousins won't find it. Leave it on my desk if you want. Shuffle under carbon papers and a stamp that screams late, yellow and red to draw the eye from the ocean you keep hidden in a jacked up 5-star. Your mama thought there was a secret in there, thought they'd laugh, but that ain't it. It's that flows and flows and flows, and lines like those rip-roaring bits you got bars till the end of time. You could rap like helium about to spring, all of it, down to you. None left in the sun, fuelless, while the last light pushes up from your belly, climbing your ribs, and you laugh into the microphone. And who's ready for that? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Nugent, and I'll be reciting The Obligation to Be Happy by Linda Cliston. It is more onerous than the rights of beauty or housework, harder than love, but you expect it of me casually, the way you expect the sun to come up, not in spite of rain or clouds, but because of them. And so I smile as as if my own fidelity to sadness were a hidden vice, a downward tug on my mouth. My old suspicion that health and love are brief irrelevancies, no more than laughter in the warm, dark, strangled at dawn. Happiness, I try to hoist it on my narrow shoulders again, a knapsack heavy with gold coins. I stumble around the house, bump into things. Only Midas himself would understand.
Hi, my name is Kaylina Nugent, and I will be reciting What the Oracle Said by Shara McCallum. You will leave your home. Nothing will hold you. You will wear dresses of gold, skins of silver, copper, and bronze. The sky above you will shift in meaning each time you think you understand. You will spend a lifetime chipping away layers of flesh. The shadow of your scales will always remain. You will be marked by sulfur and salt. You will bathe endlessly in clear streams and fail to rid yourself of that scent. Your feet will never be your own. Stone will be your path. Storms will follow in your wake, destroying all those who take you in. You will desert your children, kill your lovers, and devour their flesh. You will love no one but the wind and ache of your bones. Neither will love you in return. With age, your hair will grow matted and dull. Your skin will gape and hang in long folds. Your eyes will cease to shine. But nothing will be enough. The sea will never take you back.
My name is Nicholas Way, and I'll be reciting That's My Heart Right There by Willie Perdomo. We used to say, that's my heart right there, as if to say, don't mess with her right there, as if, don't even play, that's a part of me right there. In other words, okay, that's the start of me right there. As if, come that day, that's the end of me right there. As if, push come to shove, I would fend for her right there. As if,
come what may, I would lie for her right there. As if, come love to pay, I would die for that right there.
Never mind. Okay. Hi, my name is Caitlin Pace, and I'll be reciting I Knew a Woman by Theodore Redeke. I knew a woman, lovely in her bones. When small birds sighed, she would sigh back at them. Ah, when she moved more ways than one. The shapes a bright container can contain. Of her choice virtues only gods should speak, or English poets who grew up on Greek. I'd have them singing chorus cheek to cheek. How well her wishes went. She stroked my chin. She taught me turn and counter-turn and stand. She taught me touch, that undulant white skin. I nibbled meekly from her proffered hand. She was the sickle, poor I, the rake, coming behind her for her pretty sake. But what prodigious mowing we did make. Love likes a gander and adores a goose. Her full lips pursed, the errant note to seize. She played it quick, she played it light and loose. My eyes, they dazzled at her flowing knees. Her several parts could keep a pure repose, or one hip quiver with a noble nose. She moved in circles, and those circles moved. Let seed be grass and grass turn into hay. I'm a martyr to emotion, not my own. What's freedom for? To know eternity. These old bones live to learn her wanton ways. I measure time by how a body sways. Thank you.
Hello, and good evening. My name is Sohil Patel, and I will be reciting On Listening to Your Teacher Take Attendance by Amy Nezuko Matato. Breathe deep, even if it means you wrinkle your nose from the fake lemon antiseptic of the mop floors and wipe down doorknobs, the freshly soaped necks and armpits. Your teacher means well, even if he butchers your name like he has a bloody sausage casing stuck between his teeth, handprints on his white, sloppy apron, and when everyone turns around to check out your face, no need to flush red and warm. Just picture all the eyes as if your classroom is one big scallop with its dozens of icy blues, and you will remember that winter your family took you to the China Sea and you sank your face in it to gaze at baby clams and sea stars the size of your outstretched hand. And when all those necks start to crane, try not to forget someone once lathered their bodies, once patted them dry with a fluffy towel after a bath, set out their clothes for the first day of school, Think of their pencil cases from 3rd grade, full of sharp pencils, a pink pearl eraser. Think of their handheld pencil sharpener and its tiny blade. Hello, I'm Jackson Penn, and I'm going to be reciting Lazy by David Yesin. I don't say things I don't want to say, or chew the fat with fat cats just because. With favor givers who want favors back, I tend to pass on going for the ask. I send instead a series of regrets, slip the winding snares that people lay, the unruffledness I feel as a result, the lank repose, this psychic field of rye swayed in wavy air, is my respite among the shivery of clanging egos on the packed commuter train again tonight. Sapping and demeaning, it takes a lot to get from bed to work and back to bed. I barely go an hour before I'm caught wincing at the way that woman laughs or he keeps clucking at his magazine. And my annoyance fills me with annoyance. It's laziness that lets them seem unreal. A radio with in and out reception, blaring like hell when it finally hits a station. And the song that's on is not the one I'd hoped for, so I wait distractedly for what comes next. Thank you.
My name is Tamira Pugh, and I'll be reciting Ice by Gail Mazur. In the warming house, children lace their skates, bending, choked over their thick jackets. A Franklin stove keeps the place so cozy, it's hard to imagine why anyone would leave. Clumping across the frozen beach to the river, Decembers are always the same at Ware's Cove. The first share ice, black, then white, and deep until the city sends trucks of men with wooden barriers to put up the boys' hockey rink. An hour of skating after school, of trying wobbly figure eights, an hour of distances to move backwards without falling. Then, twilight, the warming house steaming with girls pulling on boots, their shaved legs aching. Outside, the hockey players keep playing, slamming the round black puck until it's dark, until supper. At night, a shy girl comes to the cove with her father. Although there's no music, they glide arm in arm until the blurs surface together, braced like dancers. She thinks she'll never be so happy, for who else will find her graceful, find her perfect, skate with her in circles outside the empty rink forever. Thank you.
name is Chloe Scarborough, and I will be reciting the poem To Have Without Holding by Marge Piercy. Learning to love differently is hard. Love with the hands wide open. Love with the doors banging on their hinges, the cupboard unlocked, the wind roaring and whimpering in the rooms, rustling the sheets and snapping the blinds that whack like rubber bands in an open palm. It hurts to love wide open, stretching the muscles that feel as if they are made of wet plaster, then of blunt knives, then of sharp knives. It hurts to thwack the reflexes of grab, of clutch, to love and let go again and again. It pesters to remember the lover who is not in the bed, to hold back what is owed to the work that gutters like a candle in a cave without air, to love consciously, conscientiously, concretely, constructively. I can't do it. You say it's killing me, but you thrive. You glow on the street like a neon raspberry. You float and sail, a helium balloon, bright bachelors, button blue and bobbing on the cold and hot winds of our breath, as we make and unmake in passionate diastole and systole, the rhythm of our unbound bonding. To have and not to hold. To love with minimized malice. Hunger and anger, moment by moment, balanced. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Beatriz Lead, and I will be reciting The Obligation to Be Happy by Linda Pestan. It is more onerous than the rights of beauty, or housework, harder than love, but you expect it of me casually, the way you expect the sun to come up, not in spite of rain or clouds, but because of them. And so I smile, as if my own fidelity to sadness were a hidden vice, that downward tug in my mouth, my old suspicion that health and love are brief irrelevancies, no more than laughter in the warm dark, strangled at dawn. Happiness, I try to hoist it on my narrow shoulders again, a knapsack heavy with gold coins. I stumble around the house, bump into things. Only Midas himself won't understand. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Javante Wolf, and I will be reciting Enemies by Wendell Berry. If you are not to become a monster, you must care what they think. If you care what they think, how will you not hate them, and so become a monster of the opposite kind? From where then is love to come? Love for your enemy that is the way of liberty? From forgiveness. Forgiven
they go free of you, and you of them. They are to you as sunlight on a green branch. You must not think of them again, but as monsters like yourself. Pitiable because unforgiving. Thank you very much.
My name is Mia Yancey, and I'll be reciting How to Triumph Like a Girl by Adriana. I like the lady horses best. How they make it all look easy. Like running 40 miles per hour is as fun as taking a nap or grass. I like their lady horse swagger after winning. Ears up, girls, ears up. But mainly, let's be honest, I like that they're ladies. As though this big, dangerous animal is also a part of me, that somewhere inside the delicate skin of my body, there pumps an 8-pound female horse heart, giant with power, heavy with blood. Don't you want to believe it? Don't you want to lift my shirt and see the huge, beating, genius machine that thinks, no, it knows, it's going to come in first? Thank you.
Hi, my name is Raymond Zung, and I'll be reciting Dance Roost by William Carlos Williams. If I, when my wife is sleeping, and the baby and Kathleen are sleeping, and the sun is a flame white disk in silkenness above shining trees, if I, in my north room, dance naked, grotesquely before my mirror, waving my shirt round my head and singing softly to myself, I am lonely, lonely. I was born to be lonely. I am best so if I admire my arms, my face, my shoulders, flanks, buttocks against the yellow John shades. Who shall say I am not the happy household, the happy genius of my household? Thank you.
Before I announce the results, I would just like to remind each performer that the winner has now qualified and will represent AAST for the regional competition in Charleston and will compete for a possible position in the National Poetry Out Loud competition, state competition. If the winner cannot attend, then the runner-up will fill their spot. Congratulations to all of you for your great performances. And also, if you are a winner or a runner-up, please see Mr. Flip directly after I announce the winners. For the runner-up, we have Derek Herrera Diaz. And for your new, undisputed 2019 AAST Poetry Out Loud Champion of the World, Jack Penn. Thank you again to all the performers and everyone that came to support them. Also, thank you so much to AAST's English department, Mr. Flip, Ms. Condry, Ms. Hinkle, Ms. Burgess, Mr. Lincoln, and Mr. Dumian Smith. The National English Society. Thank you to the National English Society, Honor Society for sponsoring this event. And most importantly, thank you to our wonderful judges who picked our winners. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.